to another merry episode of Reel to Reel. My name is Santa Claus.
My name is Aaron Bennett, and today we'll be taking a sleigh ride to the North Pole and reviewing the new holiday film, Red One.
Before we do that, though, why not give a jolly little subscribe on our YouTube page? You can also follow us on Facebook, just like Dasher follows Rudolph.
I thought Dancer follows Rudolph.
Oh, that's a good one, Aaron. Everyone knows that Dasher follows Rudolph. You're such a jolly little elf.
Okay, let's take a look at the trailer for Red One.
$497, $498, $499, $500.
Let's go heavy. Yeah, got it. Looking strong, Nick.
Go on, brush your shoulders off.
Red One is gonna move.
Evening, ladies. What are you so excited about? Of course, your boyfriend's here. Okay. Who's with Red? Reach!
Someone took Nick. We're gonna find him.
I'm bringing in Jack O'Malley. He's probably the best tracker in the world.
The guy's a legend.
What am I doing here?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted from the North Pole complex.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
Garcia?
What the hell?
You can't trust this guy. He's on the list.
You don't mean...
Yes, that list. NL4.
Are you telling me this clown is a level 4 naughty lister?
A level 4 naughty lister?
Oh, is that funny to you?
You're gonna help us find Nick.
Come on, let's go.
Grab a car.
For what?
You don't have a Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works. Come on. There is much in here that is not of the natural world.
Who's that?
Krampus.
What are they doing?
They're playing crappish slop.
I think if you don't need me here, I might just go back to the car.
We need to prepare for the possibility of no Christmas.
There's worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus.
We got snowmen!
That was so disturbing.
Interesting. My turn!
Oh my God. Is my face still there?
Yeah, you look good.
Red One is the story about what happens when Santa/Nick, played by J.K. Simmons, is kidnapped from the North Pole just one day out from Christmas Eve.
This sets into motion a search and rescue mission led by Nick's lead bodyguard, Callum Drift, played by Dwayne Johnson. Drift recruits Jack O'Malley, played by Chris Evans, a hacker who unknowingly helped Nick get kidnapped in the first place.
The cast is rounded out by some other big names, most notably Lucy Liu as Zoe, Bonnie Hunt as Mrs. Claus, and Kiernan Shipka as Grilla.
Christopher Heavue also makes a memorable appearance as Nick's brother Krampus, and Nick Kroll as a funny cameo as a mob boss named Ted.
The film is directed by Jake Kasdan, who is probably most well known for directing the recent Jumanji films that also star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He also directed the goofball comedy Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story.
Let's look at what the cast and crew had to say about working on this film.
Cool place.
Welcome to the North Pole.
Come again?
What appealed to me about Red One was that it was a Christmas movie. That was epic and timeless.
It's a movie that takes Christmas spirit and lore and flips a few parts of it on its head.
What are they doing?
They're playing crapper slop. Oh my God.
It's full of laughs and surprises.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Let's go heavy.
It's a very epic adventure with a ton of heart. And then it sort of just comes together in this one big Christmas action movie.
We got snowmen!
This movie feels the way it used to feel when I went to movies as a kid, where everything felt magical and grand. That's exactly what you need for a Christmas movie.
You don't have a Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works.
Hey Dan, did you know that one of the writers, Chris Morgan, also worked on Bird Box and Bird Box Barcelona?
I love those movies. Have you seen them?
No, not yet. Horror isn't really my thing, but they definitely seem interesting on the surface. Did you know that the film Red One actually began filming back in October of 2022 in Atlanta?
Really?
Yeah. They finished around February of 2023, if I recall correctly. The movie grossed about $33.8 million in the U.S. and Canada, and grossed about $84.9 million worldwide.
Well, did you know that Lucy Liu also voice acted Master Viper from Kung Fu Panda and Silver Mist in the Tinkerbell series?
Wait, really?
Ha ha ha! Yeah.
That's so cool.
Speaking of actors, did you also know that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson ended up being late to many of the production days?
Really?
Indeed. He averaged about 7 to 8 hours late on a given day, even missing entire production days.
Oof, that's not a good look. The movie was originally set to be released on Prime Video in December of 2023, right?
Yes. But unfortunately, it was delayed until November 15th of this year, and it actually wasn't because of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Huh, so what was the cause then?
People think it was because of the Screen Actors Guild, which was caused by a labor dispute with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Production.
Man, seems like a lot of drama. Looks like we'll need to cut to commercial here, so we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Peter, and he's in the animation program. I got to experience everything, and I just signed up to do animation. The on-set experience was something that I wasn't expecting, but I'm very grateful for. Amazing instructors, John, Rich, and for me, Todd and Nolan.
I'll put my glasses on the floor.
This is Abram. He does stuff.
Right now we could get a waterfall. So I've always really been interested in video editing and video production. Ended up coming here to Hennepin Tech to learn more and expand my repertoire. There's definitely a side of a social side to it.
I took my 10-year-old son and 14-year-old daughter to see this film. I went in ready for the worst. This movie has been critically panned and has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was ready to hop on that sleigh and with the rest of them and rip this film apart. I have one thing to say to all these critics. Which film did you watch? It surely wasn't the one where Santa is given a completely fresh take on the role and with a totally ripped and jacked J.K. Simmons bringing pure joy to every scene he's in. And it couldn't possibly be the one where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays his charming self coming to the rescue in a fun holiday-themed action scenes. And surely it couldn't be the film where every single actor seems to be having a blast making it. Notably, Chris Evans as a Scroogey hacker, Kiernan Shipka as the evil Christmas witch Grilla, or Christopher Heavue as Santa's brother Krampus. What a jolly fella. Even the special effects are actually pretty great. The film was reminiscent of the best Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard. It has that 80s feel and grit to it while also being funny and action-packed. No, it's not quite as good and gruesomely violent as Die Hard, but I felt the spirit of Bruce Willis's smirk every time The Rock gave his iconic grin. My kids and I walked out of the theater looking at each other saying, "Hey, that was actually pretty great." I'm giving the reviewers and their combined score on Rotten Tomatoes a big thumbs down, and wondering how many lumps of coal they must have gotten in their stockings growing up because they take themselves entirely too seriously. This is a holiday film, not The Godfather. Get over yourselves. Have yourself a glass of eggnog, go get yourself a cookie, and go see Red One and have a jolly good time because I'm giving this 4 out of 5 reels. Ho, 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 ho.
Anyways, there were a couple of points that had me questioning the character's actions, but overall it was a really interesting take on the concept of Santa Claus. There were more swear words than I was expecting while watching the film, so bear that in mind when going to watch this movie with your kids. What? I had to. Anyways, the pacing was pretty good, although I would have liked for there to only be one car talk scene rather than two. It was a good way for the characters to sit down and talk and help let the film breathe a little, but I felt that these scenes made the characters look like they were on a road trip rather than traveling during a super secret mission. Admittedly, this is a small detail, and it's understandable why it happened during the movie considering its established world building. The movie does have some cliche bits similar to other films, but I think it has enough on its own. I think it has enough of its own content to help make it stand out amongst the rest of the other Christmas movies. The animation of the various mythical creatures was pretty good overall. There were some choppy points here and there, but they were minimal and happened so quickly that it was hard to even notice. Each error is probably only like a frame or so in length, so it's barely noticeable. Krampus was really well done. The costume design totally fits the idea behind his character. That said, there were some out-of-focus shots when he was first introduced, but I digress. I really liked Grilla's... Oh, right, we're not in the movie. I really liked Grilla's true form design and felt it really fit her description of a mythological witch attempting to bring justice on all who have done wrong. The sound effects were great as well, fitting the magic and sci-fi elements almost perfectly. It's a very nicely done mix, and I love that the movie takes a more serious approach to the naughty list, as well as pointing out the impact of people's actions on each other's lives. It's a lesson for all ages, and I think that it's a good movie in general. I think that this movie in general is a good watch for you and your friends for this Christmas. Overall, I'd rate this movie a 4 out of 5 reels.
Ho, ho, ho! Thanks so much for watching. Again, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh, and don't forget to like us on Facebook and leave a comment. Do you think our reviews were in the Christmas spirit, or do you think we drank too much eggnog?
Regardless, my name's Danta Claus.
And my name is Aaron Bennett. And this has been Reel to Reel.